If you've ever wanted to effortlessly bring Markdown content from the web directly into your Confluence pages, you're in the right place. In today's tutorial, I'll walk you through the exact steps to insert Markdown from a URL into Confluence, so you can keep your pages up to date and beautifully formatted without any copy-pasting headaches. By the end of this video, you'll know how to seamlessly bridge content between platforms and save yourself tons of manual effort. Let's jump straight in. The first thing you'll need is a Markdown macro app, because Confluence doesn't support Markdown natively out of the box. That's where apps from the Atlassian marketplace come in. Popular choices are Capable Markdown, Markdown for Confluence by AppFire, or just Add Plus. All of these take just a couple of clicks to install. Think of this like adding a power-up to Confluence. Suddenly, new formatting options become available. Head over to the marketplace, search for one of these apps, and click Install. If your company manages apps centrally, you might need to ask your admin to take care of this, so don't worry if you don't see the Install button yourself. With the macro in place, your next step is to jump into edit mode on the page where you want the Markdown to appear. You can do this by simply clicking the pencil icon at the top right of your page, or a little shortcut, just press the letter E on your keyboard. This takes you into the editing interface where you can add and rearrange content just like working on a Google Doc. Now within your page, pick the spot where you'd like the Markdown display to go. Type / and then the word Markdown, so Markdown. You should see a drop-down that lists available macros related to Markdown. Choose the one from the app you installed. For example, if you installed Capable Markdown, look for a macro called Markdown from URL or something similar. If you don't see it, double-check that your app is installed and you're in the right editing mode. Selecting the macro basically tells Confluence, right here I want to pull in some Markdown. At this point, a macro configuration window will appear. It might look a little different depending on which app you chose, but there should always be an option to select where your Markdown is coming from. Look for a choice like from URL or remote URL. What this does is instruct the macro to go out to the web, find your Markdown file, and bring it in dynamically. This is powerful because it means your Confluence page can update automatically if the Markdown file at that URL changes. No more manual copying and pasting every time someone tweaks the documentation. Next, you'll paste in your URL. Make sure you're using a direct link to the raw Markdown file. If you're pulling from GitHub, for example, you'd want the raw gisubuser content.com link, not just the normal GitHub page with all the buttons. The raw version serves up just the Markdown, no extra website Chrome. If you're unsure, you can usually get the raw link by clicking the raw button on a file preview in GitHub. With the URL entered, take a moment to check out the live preview. This is your chance to spot any weird formatting issues before publishing. If the content doesn't look right, double-check that your URL is correct and that the Markdown file is accessible to the public. Sometimes a small typo or a private repo can cause things not to load. This part might take a few moments if your file is large or the connection is slow, so don't worry if you need to wait just a second. Once you're happy with how everything looks, simply click Insert to place the macro on the page and finally Publish to make your changes live. And just like that, you've integrated web-hosted Markdown into your Confluence space. This workflow keeps your pages in sync with external documentation, perfect for technical teams sharing their work in multiple places. And that's it. If this video helps streamline your workflow, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or run into any snags. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical Confluence and documentation tips. I'll see you in the next tutorial.